Where do we meet someone these days who is a quality human being that could be a potential great partner for us?
So I definitely think people need to get rid of the negative stigma they have of online dating. I think, again, it's a tool to meet people more conveniently. And in times like this, it's probably the best tool. Let's be real. I mean, even if you try to go out, certain cities are limited. You're not going to see as much people out anymore. So if you thought it was hard to meet people going out before, well, it just got harder. So being open to online dating, I think, would be the best bet. I think what people have to realize is, I've gone on some of these sites to like do research and see what's going on. And I can tell you that people's online profiles are pure trash. Like the majority of people have no damn clue what they're doing with these online dating profiles. And I believe it's because many have this 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach. It's like, I'm going to just try this because there's nothing else going on, but I'm not actually committed to the process of making this work. And how it's like
they're just bored. This is like entertainment.
Yes.
They're craving connection and intimacy, but they don't want to fully commit.
Mm-hmm. And they don't fully buy into the fact that it can work. Like I have clients who have gotten married from online dating. So it can work. Now, does it guarantee you a husband or wife? No. But does it pretty much guarantee you can meet people and have some options to decide if you want to move forward? Yes. But again, you've got to be smart about how you invest in the process and how you set up your profile and things of that nature to help you become more successful.
What are the do's and don'ts of online dating? And I'm going to make a general assumption here, correct me if I'm wrong, that men in general go on online dating sites to find people to hook up with in general, and women go on to more find a great potential partner. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the general mindset. Is that right?
I think that's a general mindset. I do think it varies depending on the site. Like, I believe a site that makes men pay has a higher chance of serious relationship-minded men being on there. Because the guy who just wants to hook up is less likely to want to spend any money if he can go to a free site and it's just, a free fall on there. So I do think that certain sites give a better opportunity for serious relationships. But as far as do's and don'ts, one don't, I'm going to start with a don't, is don't make it all about what you want. Meaning, people don't go on online dating and present their value. And so why would I choose you out of all these people online when I don't know what you bring to the table, what value you present? It's like, listen, in marketing, the job is to present value to the consumer, to say, this is why you should buy my product. We dress it up properly. We pick the right colors, the right wording. It's all about hitting your target market and appealing to them. And I feel like people don't do that. They go online, they make it, well, I'm looking for this. I don't want this. Boom, 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 boom. All right, but I don't see any value here. So why would I reach out to you? Right. So I think that's a big don't. Don't make it all about you. Make it about what you bring to the table and what value you provide.
Make yourself desirable so you start attracting options as opposed to saying, well, I'm only looking for this guy and this. And you have to be smart and rich and this. It's like
exactly.
You're already too much to handle right now.
Yes.
Okay, so that's number one. Build something, create desire for someone to be attracted to you. What else?
Number two, have enough pictures on your profile. So many people jump on, and again, because it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they put one picture up. Now listen, we live in a time where catfishing is popular. And nobody wants to be catfished. If you only have one picture up, you become you make people very skeptical of your profile. All right. And so you got to show people the full you. So not only have one picture, but I always say have at least one full body picture. Let people know what they're getting into, because the last thing you want is to have these beautiful headshots. All right. And someone choose you based off of that. Then you meet in person and the rest of you doesn't look like the way they wanted you to look. And now you have a wasted date, wasted time. You get discouraged. Let's stop doing that to ourselves and to each other. Let's show the full version of who we are. Someone either likes it or they don't. All right.
That's
so I say 3 to 4
and
pictures in your profile.
That's interesting. And would someone ever change their mind based on personality only of like, oh, well, maybe it wasn't the way I wanted them to look, but they're such a nice person and I have this personality that I'm going to give it another date? Or are you saying like allow people to see the full picture of who you are, at least to a certain level? Obviously, you're not going to share your whole life story and open up all your flaws right away. You're going to put your best foot forward, but to at least see kind of a full picture of your life in 5 to 6 photos, I guess.
I think that unfortunately, it depends on how far you've deviated from their perception or the fantasy that they put in their head. So I don't want to sound harsh, but let's just say they looked at your picture and they thought you were an athletic person. They thought you had an athletic frame, all right? Now when they see you, you're plus size. That may be too far of a deviation for them to say, oh, but the personality is good enough, all right?
Right.
Now, they may have envisioned athletic, but you're like a little bit off from that. Okay, well, you know what? He's a great person. I can work with this. That's not going to push them too far to the left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it really depends on how far you've deviated. And that's why the pictures helps eliminate that issue. We don't need the guessing game. We don't need people feeling some kind of way once they finally see you. Don't use old pictures from 10 years ago if they don't represent how you currently look. You want to show your true self now and let them decide if they want to step into this or not.
Is there another do or don't?
Do not come off negative in your profile. So it kind of goes back to the whole saying what you want or making it all about you. Many people, and I have to say this happens a lot with women, they come off like, well, if you're this, don't reach out to me, or I don't want this. And the tone is very negative, all right? Like, I'm not here to play games. Okay, cool. That's not going to get you anywhere. That just makes you come off as difficult, all right? So you want to come off with a more positive, inviting tone. You want to be very mindful of your delivery in your bio, in your message, or your headline, or whatever. All that negative stuff, especially for women, is not going to get you far if you're looking for a serious relationship. Again, men will bypass the negative energy if they just want sex and you look good to them. But they're not going to bypass that to make you their woman and to commit to you or marry you.
Right. That's powerful for women to know for sure. And do you think women can make the first move and it could work out long term?
Absolutely. I honestly think when it comes to online dating, they should. My logic is this. As a woman, you jump on online dating. Let's say you're an attractive woman. You put up your profile, and now in a couple of days, it's a sea of garbage that comes your way, all right? And you got to fish through the sea of garbage to find your diamond in the rough. And through that process, it can be very exhausting. You can find yourself feeling like this is pointless, and now you get off the platform. However, you should go and find the men you want to put yourself in front of. All right? Making it easier for you to get candidates you actually would like. And for women, we don't require much. You can just say hello. All right?
Right. Or a smiley face or whatever.
Yeah, an emoji. You can send a blank damn message. All right? If we are attracted to you and we find interest, we will respond. Like, did you mean to say that to me? Like, we're going to look into it. So to me, it would be best and most beneficial for women to just send out, again, just simple messages to the men that actually catch their interest.
Right. And then see if they're interested in return. Yeah.
Exactly.
My friend Matthew Hussey, I think he calls this in person like the handkerchief technique, where he's like, listen, women, look them in the eyes from across the restaurant or at the grocery store, like look a man in his eyes or connect with him in a flirtatious way, a little bit subtle little way. Or, back in the olden days, they would drop a handkerchief as they walked by a man to see if they would pick it up and bring it to them. So it's like, allow a man to be interested in connecting with you, because it takes a lot of courage, even if you're online, to put yourself out there to someone you're attracted to. It's easier to obviously just message someone online and not be rejected and feel so sad than it is in person. But it's still, you've got to put some energy out there for the guys that you're interested in for sure, and see which ones are like, you got to take a nibble,
Exactly.
come on the hook. So
that's it.
I love that, man. What's the best opening line for a man or woman in online dating to reach out to someone, to pique interest, and see if it's a potential for something?
Okay. For men, what you want to do is you want your opening line to reference something she's written in her profile, which shows you actually took time to read her profile.
You care.
So,
yeah, you researched.
Exactly. And it automatically separates yourself because let's face it, a woman on there might be getting tons of hellos. You look amazing. You look great. Blah, blah, blah. She's heard that a million times. But let's just say she just got her degree in, I don't know, in IT. All right. And now you say, oh, you know, hey, what do you like about IT? Or I don't know. You just make some kind of reference to it. It just shows that you took more time to actually learn. You come across much more genuine, and the message is immediately different from the typical man who reaches out to her. So I think that's the best approach for men to take. And it also allows for a natural conversation to flow. Because, you know, when you started with the whole hello, where are you from? It's like, exactly. But when you have pick a topic using her profile to start it off, you got something that you can get rolling from there, and then you can get into all the other stuff.
And people always appreciate someone who takes the time to research. People always appreciate a different approach, a different angle, like a uniqueness to something about you. But if you're always the same as everyone else, of like, hey there, cutie, or whatever it is, you're going to get the same type of results. But when you are a little different, they're going to say, something's different about that person. Let me keep talking.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And for women?
For women, you know, I really just feel like saying hello is all they need. They don't have to say much. Because let's be real, like the man is either going to be interested in you because he likes what he sees and he likes your profile. Like a special line for a woman doesn't really separate them, so to speak. She could try to be funny and humorous. She could try to do the same thing that I said to men. But I think at the end of the day, it really boils down to, okay, if he likes what he sees and he likes what's on the profile, a simple hello, an emoji, whatever, is going to do the trick.
Because the man's either going to respond and dive in, or he's going to say, okay, hi, and that's it, and not get back quickly or whatever it is. So you're going to know quickly within 24 hours if a guy's interested in you as well or not.
I always say there are some men who are still very shy and socially awkward, even when it comes to online dating. And so there may be a struggle with how they communicate. But I do think that at the very least, they're going to respond. All right? They're going to respond. And from there, a conversation can be had. And I do think within the first few responses, we're going to get an idea of, okay, this guy does have some kind of interest here.
If you want to learn more about how to master your mind, check out this next video right here.
We're all faced with great opportunities brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. And we are at that point, at that nexus point in our evolution as a species. So then you don't try to fix that. That's never going to work. What you do